My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here. British media, realizing that Prince Harry and Meghan will probably block their access to the couple's event down under, like they did in Nigeria. All right, so Harry and Meghan are going to Australia. All right, so that's a scene from a movie, so I can't play it properly. All right, there's me here 12 hours ago. All right, this clip is perfection. That's the laugh here. Seeing as someone from the Foreign Office leaked that the Sussexes were visiting Australia, I'm sure they will go out of their way to block UK press as much as they can. All right, so there's that. I read somewhere, which I share with you, they said that from one of their spokesperson. All right, I have a feeling Australia will assist with that. They'll be well protected on their trip. There's that. Hey, hello, it's me over here. All right, people are laughing, a lot of emojis. All right, I definitely need to wake up my kids. Let me pause. I'm saying all of this. I could do it without even saying a damn thing. Let me go wake them up. All right, so let's continue. Next tweet. Is that the next tweet? Let me make sure. Yeah, let's go to the next one. Okay, I have like 3 more left. All right. Why will a journalist ask who's gonna fit the bill, which Chris Ship clarified, when Prince Harry and Meghan are private citizens? Why is Chris Ship briefing on the Sussexes? And then Chris lied about Meghan looking to ship as ever to Australia, which Meghan's team denied. It was the squad who were discussing that. They were hoping, hypothetically speaking. I think I've shared some of these tweets with you guys. The squad were discussing, conversating about that. The moment that the squad talk about everything, okay? But when it comes to serious stuff, the squad will talk about serious stuff. But this was discussions that the squad were just talking among themselves. All right, let's listen to this here.
And back now to the news. Harry and Meghan are headed down under. Let's go straight to Chris Ship, ITN Royal Editor in London. Good morning. Were you surprised by this announcement that the Sussexes are coming?
Yes, coming to see you guys. Yeah, pretty surprised actually, because they've done a recent visit to Jordan. We didn't know much about that until a couple of days before the event. So we've got a bit of notice for this trip. My understanding is it's not that sort of big, long one like we came for in 2018 when they went to Australia and Samoa and Fiji, wasn't it, and New Zealand. But this is quite a short one, so I think if you're in Sydney or Melbourne, that'll be my guess, you might get to see them. But sorry Perth, sorry Queensland, you're not going to get much.
How does he know? The squad, I'm saying the squad, the Sussexes does not, they don't put out the information out like this. How does he, they have no shame anyway.
Have a chance to see them. So, but a 3-day visit, I reckon it will be in the middle of next month.
Chris, mixed responses on our text line, but one big thing that people are saying is who's going to foot the bill?
They foot the bill because they're travelling as private citizens. So the visits are a kind of mixture of their philanthropic work, and Harry's going to do some stuff with the ADF. Remember he spent a month with them sometime back in 2015. Meghan will be doing things like podcasts and other charity ventures. But you might have covered the story a few days ago when Meghan's Netflix deal has ended in terms of her As Ever brand. That's the lifestyle brand where you can buy your flour sprinkles and your jam and your rosé wine. I reckon she's coming out to Australia to test whether or not she should open up that brand to you guys before it even reaches us here in the UK. So you might get access to her wine and her flour sprinkles before we do.
Okay, so it's a private trip. So do we know whether she's got any speaking engagements? There's speculation she may be doing a big talk here.
Victoria, some connection we think with her Best Life podcast. That's something that we reckon Meghan will do. I think they'll probably not do too much media because obviously what would happen if you had them on your sofa in the morning? Oh, let me think all the things that you could ask them about his brother William, about the relationship with his father Charles, what's going on.
Well, even if that were to, even if they were to ask them that question, Harry already deflect that. They tried to ask him that same type of question when he was in Jordan. He's like, no, I'm here for this. I want to focus on that. Whatever he was doing in Jordan. He didn't want to talk about his uncle. He doesn't know. I mean, he doesn't know. He doesn't know what he's talking. It's pretty much what he's saying here is the typical things that Meghan usually do. Not usually, but things that she has done. And he's just speculating. He doesn't know.
With his security in the UK. So I reckon they'll have very controlled media appearances. And if they do anything, it will be with someone they know very closely, like, for example, a podcast.
What about Archie and Lilibet? Will they come out?
My understanding is no, they've got schools, so they'll probably stay in California. They've obviously got Meghan's mum, Doria Ragland, to look after them as well as any sort of nanny help that they've got there. So no kids, just Harry and Meghan and quite a short visit. So not the big extravaganza that we had in 2018, which I remember very fondly, by the way.
Okay. Okay, well, thanks for bringing us up to date, Chris Ship there.
He doesn't know. All right, let's see here. Meghan's camp set the record straight on international expansion of Duchess of Sussex company. Meghan Markle's spokesman has rubbish reports of as ever launching in Australia as speculation, adding that no decision have been made. All right, it comes as ITV reported that the Duchess of Sussex was setting her sight on Australia as the first international market for her lifestyle brand, thereby bypassing the UK entirely. Meghan's spokesperson exclusively told GB News, quote, "This is speculation. No decision have been made about when or where international expansion might take place. Entering new markets is a considered process, but it's something the brand is excited to explore as it continues to grow in this next phase. Watch this space." They don't know. Oh my God. All right. They keep trying and failing. Chris Ship has no inside knowledge of the Sussex's plan for their private visit to Australia. All he ever does is speculate and is always proving wrong. Such a liar and so shameless. Why is Chris Ship, that's the proof here, from the UK on Australian TV talking about financially independent US residents? The Australian hacks ask, quote, "Who's footing the bills?" End quote. Every time a private citizen visit. All right. Is he the same guy who said that he was not going to report on the Sussexes after they had left England? I'm trying to find the actual tweet to save for my receipt, if anybody knows. Is it the one where he said he was not going to talk about them on Tuesday or something, or Wednesday, one of those days? Okay, yes, the same guy. His final Wednesday never came. LOL, that's the thing, Wednesday. All right, whatever's on the screen, bottom up. He asked because when the royal family visit the country, they are going to pay for them while they are there. A lot of Aussies want this practice to stop. The recent visit by Charles and Camilla cost us taxpayers $600. $600,000, including when William went to Massachusetts to do his earth shit thing. I wanted shipping to Canada, their second home. Not that they can ship to Australia too. The one time I want the water to be right, they are still wrong. At Chris Ship is a piece of shit. This faces vile troll is on Australia TV talking shit about Harry and Meghan coming trip to Australia. This guy knows absolutely nothing about this trip. He can speculate all he wants and tell lies, but this clown knows nothing. Yeah, they don't know. Next one. 2 more and then that's it. All right, bringing this back to remind you who the marchioness is. She keeps showing herself. She sounds very insecure. Okay. Who's that? Is it that black lady? Okay, hugely disappointed to learn that Emma Thin, Britain's first black marchioness, as she referred to by many, is following a deranger. I unfollow Emma and block the deranger when people show themselves. Okay, I call her out on Insta for following that account and she blocked me. Okay, this is why I don't bother following a lot of people. Why will you do a show, Lady of London? There's a thinking face here. These people's problem is that they think that Meghan cares about titles. Let her have her 15 minutes of fame. They will always emphasize Emma's blackness like it is a privilege for her to be included in such a racist circle. Meghan didn't sell her soul. That is the difference. This is almost what I was talking about with the Hermes CEO, or the person who created it, the business person who's on the Epstein list but never participate. Every time they try to pull him in, he cut the cord. That's the best way of putting it. We can never overestimate the desperation of certain people for acceptance by people who hate them. Ever see Imitation of Life? Okay, let me go into that. That was back in 2015. Okay, this one is 2015. All right, so that's a retweet. You guys could pause and read it. Okay, this is all. Let's leave that alone because I need to finish anyway. Next one, talking about Harry and Meghan's visit to Australia. Oh, that's that video again. Aussie morning program announced the Sussex's coming visit.
Fun. Back now to the news.
Okay.
Harry and Meghan are headed down.
I'm not gonna play it again. I think it's the same thing that I just played, but on a smaller screen version. Okay, oh, so it's a private trip. How absurd is she? Surely she's aware they are not traveling to Aussie on behalf of the palace or British government. How stupid to ask for commentary from a Brit like an idiotic, thirsty shipwreck a reporter from the country Harry and Meghan are based at, speculating his way out of made-up detail as if they were confirmed facts. This is what goes for journalism at this right-wing propaganda network. All right, that's that. Let's leave that alone. Only these two comments here. This is my last one. This is something I saw about Dr. Shola. She was receiving an award. Okay, let's pause. And Lagos honoring to receive the Women of Impact in Africa Award on International Women's Day to be recognized among extraordinary African women shaping the continent and the world is deeply humbling and truly inspiring. Thank you. Who's that? Arise News. Okay. To God be all of the glory. All right. Oh my God, it's that long. Let me read these 3 comments and then show the video. That'll be it. Okay, I hope you won't be bashing the Nigerian government. You know this is the best government we've had. Congratulations. Okay, I don't follow Nigerian government, so I can't commenting on that. Congratulations. This was truly an amazing achievement. You are an awesome woman. Okay, hearty congratulations, Dr. Shola. Proud of you. God bless you and yours always. It was the squad who introduced me to Dr. Shola. What I mean by the squad introduced me? By sharing her videos, and when I hear her talking, okay, earlier, several years ago, and I was like, wow, she's remarkable. And then I went to do a small little research about her, and I listened to her TED Talk. It was very, very nice. All right, so let's play this, and then that'll be it for the video. So there's a music, I muted because I'm gonna get flagged for it anyway. 3 minutes. Alright, so that's Dr. Shola. I like her smile. I think the whole thing is in music. So there's Dr. Shola there. Alright, let's go to it really fast. Oh, she's talking. Okay, maybe I'll listen to that. Let's move it back. I didn't watch the video, okay, before I put it.
A big thank you to Arise News. Thank you for this incredible honor. And I most definitely accept this Women of Impact in Africa Award with deep humility and gratitude. And I would like to say that this award, it represents the courageous voices of women who came before me and women who stand beside me, who refuse to be silent in the face of injustice. My work is driven by very simple belief. that equality, justice, and dignity should not be the privilege of a few, but the rights for all. And to that end, I want to say, I dedicate this award to my 3 daughters, Olaiton, Lola, Lara, to every African girl and woman who rises, leads, challenges systems to demand a better future. It is time we make good trouble. Can I get an amen to that? My thanks to the men in my life. My late father, Prince Adebajo Babington Ashaye, and to my husband, Mobology, who is watching in London right now, wondering whether I was going to mention his name. That's okay. And I just want to say a huge thank you to my friends, Tayo and Inse, who are here to cheer me on. Ladies, let's keep pushing boundaries. Let us undoubtedly make a difference for the next generation. Are you committed with me to make good trouble? Okay, then put up your arm of strength and say after me. I don't see your arm of strength. Put it up right now. Say after me. I solemnly swear. I can't hear you. I solemnly swear to make good trouble every day and twice on Sunday. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you for some good trouble and twice on Sunday.
John Lewis, may he rest in peace. I think he was the one who said it, make good trouble. Let me show you who I'm making reference to. All right, so yeah, John Lewis, civil rights leader and U.S. representative John Lewis. He passed, I think, in 2020 or something like that. John Lewis coined the phrase "get in good trouble, necessary trouble." He used this model to encourage peaceful, non-violent protests, to fight injustice and demand social change, notably saying it during a 2020 speech at the Edmund Pettus Bridge. Okay? Oh, let's look at his image. That's him. I have a video about him, I think when he passed. Alright? May he rest in peace. These are the people who, throughout their lives, fight. Alright, so that is it. Please take a oh, I'm uploading this. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. And if you want to become a member to help support my channel, I truly appreciate it. And new subscribers, welcome. All right, so that's it. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. may speak personally, we are all in this together. Because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.